I sit by the phone, but I haven't heard
both sides, stomach size and diameter.
And you know the money's for managers.
I know money's for managers.
I sit by the phone, but I haven't heard 2 spots and 10,000 challengers. I know the money's for managers, but goddammit, art is for amateurs.
Hey, welcome.
Hey, welcome. This is very good. Good job, Matt. You did it.
Hello, welcome to Jam Mechanics, featuring myself, Matt Johnson from the Narcissist Cookbook, and my best friend. What?
It all comes out on the second episode of the podcast. I'm Bug from Bug Hunter. I'm Matt's best friend.
Oh Christ! This is our podcast where we set each other songwriting challenges, and then we give ourselves 3 hours, which you will not be forced to sit through.
No.
And then we come back and hopefully have the next great hit of the 21st century on our hands.
We're working on the next great demo of Wednesday. I think that's as much as I'm willing to commit to. This is the second episode, at least chronologically. Who knows what order we're going to release these in? But this is the second time we've sat down to do this. Last time we opened up with some icebreakers.
We got to get to know each other.
We have to get to know each other if I'm going to maintain my best friend status.
And I've created this problem.
How about this question? What incredibly common thing have you never done?
Oh, wow. You know what I was about to say? I was about to say the most middle-class thing in the world. It's like, I've never eaten lobster. What have I never done? Right. There's a lot of things, really common things I don't do, but like I've never seen The Godfather. I've never seen...
I'll hop in.
I've never seen Return of the King. There we go.
Oh, I think that's wait. Hold on. The podcast is about this now. Hold on. When you say you've never seen The Return of the King, you're not misspeaking and like saying I've never seen The Lord of the Rings. You're saying that you've seen The Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and just at that point said, I don't need to see how it ends.
Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
I feel like The Two Towers was like a satisfying enough end that I didn't want to. I didn't want to risk changing my attitude towards the story by watching an unnecessary third chapter.
I'm going to be honest with you. That is the most buck wild, out of left field fact I think you could have possibly said to me.
Yeah, never. I don't know. I don't love Lord of the Rings. I never loved it.
I have half a mind to make your challenge. Write a song about the Return of the King.
What I think Return of the King is about.
Summarize the events after viewing.
You think I remember anything that happened in The Two Towers?
You have 3 hours to write this song, and you have to watch The Return of the King as part of your research. Good luck.
Well, I think I know things about Return of the King. Like, I think
the King returns.
King returns. There's a battle. Isn't there like a lake full of dead people, or is that the Two Towers? I don't know. Anyway, never seen Lord.
There's a cave full of dead people, but they're not in a lake canonically.
Okay.
They're
underwater.
They do. Hold on. They do ride on a boat at some point.
They ride in a boat, and there's like they ride in a boat and there's like a swamp and there's faces in the swamp.
That's in the Two Towers. Yes. No, that's right. I was thinking of the Ghost Army. But it is weird how they do have that scene in The Return of the King where the ghosts canonically ride on a boat to the battle, and then they kind of phase through the sides of the boat to like charge and attack. So like they don't exist. They don't exist. And like the plane, so they didn't have to take the boat. They could have floated to the battle. There was no reason for them to be on the boat. Anyways, welcome to our Lord of the Rings podcast. I'm your host, Frodo.
There's a ghost army in the third one. This is what I'm talking about. Like, why would I? They're so jumping the shark.
I was just going to say jumping the shark before Happy Days was able to do it.
Yeah, JRR stands for jumping Rark.
Okay. Well,
right.
I guess we have accomplished the goal of getting to know each other after that one.
So, shall we set each other some challenges and see what jams we can mechanic?
It might be challenge time. Okay. I want you to go first this time because I went first last time, and it makes literally no difference. But
here is your challenge.
I'm ready.
I want you to write the national anthem for the proud nation of Bugtopia.
Okay, your Zoom name now makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, it needs the kind of thing people would sing at sporting events. However, Bug, it's the 21st century. Like so many of these national anthems were written hundreds of years ago. Your national anthem has to include a baked-in TikTok dance. That people will listen to the song and they're like, "Oh, he's telling me to do a dance. I will." It's going to make sporting events so much more interesting.
You remember how we said that this podcast would push us out of our comfort zone and make that's probably a good place to be. That's where I'm at right now. Thank you. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, I feel like what I learned from last week is you can do. Here's a lot of information. Sold in a kind of goofy way. So yeah, I'm like specifically tailoring these to make you creatively uncomfortable.
Yeah, you have chosen something that you have like pinpointed. What would Bug be bad at? And you said, go do it in 3 hours. Okay. I'm changing my challenge to make it super hard.
Okay, hit me.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I just have one word for you.
Oh Christ!
It's just one word, and it has some punctuation that you can make as important or as not important as you want. The word is accident.
Accident?
The word is accident.
Accident?
There's a question mark at the end of it.
I can hear it.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure that you could hear that. I was pronouncing that question mark. That's your challenge. Accident.
Okay. Accident?
Accident? That's your challenge. That's it.
We've gone in completely different directions because yours was so involved. Yours had like a setup with a but.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I can do setup but, and now it's just one word? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
Yeah. That's your challenge.
Cool. Okay.
I'm not looking forward to this.
I'm looking forward to it.
I quit the podcast. All right, we'll be back, folks.
Accident? Okay.
Okay. I'll see you in 3 hours.
I've seen all 3 Hobbit movies.
Oh,
anyway. Right. Hello, this is Matt. Just before we get into the second half of this episode, I want to drop in a little warning, not like a disturbing content warning or anything, but if you are driving, think twice before listening to the second half of this episode, because one of the songs features squealing brakes, ambulance sirens, and the sound of a car crash, and if you think that might freak you out while you are driving, then maybe put off the second half of this episode until another time. All right, let's jump into it.
And we're back.
Hey, welcome back.
Hopefully we had some good old theme music to transition into that by the time we release this episode. Hey, Matt.
Hey. How do you feel like that went?
This one was harder, I think, than the first one for me.
Okay.
I was working literally up until this exact moment, and I didn't get everything done that I wanted to get done, even in that like 3 hour time span. But yeah, I feel good. How do you feel? How do you feel after 3 hours?
This one was more work. This one, I actually sat down and made sure that I had the entire song written before I put anything down onto tape, which I did not do the last time. I kind of wrote it as I recorded it. So yeah, easily 2/3 of the time was taken up with me trying to write this song and then going, okay, how much production can I do in the time that is left? And I ended up recording like a bunch of electric guitars that I just cut out because there's probably a way to make them work, but I didn't have time to make it work.
Yeah.
There's a lot less production on this one because I just had less time.
Yeah.
And I think I'm definitely happier with the song of this one.
Oh yeah?
I think.
Okay.
But yeah, let's hear yours first.
I feel good about this for the time that I had and to think about what I wanted to do. Yeah, I feel good. I feel good about it. So again, the prompt was, Matt, can you remind everybody?
Yeah, the prompt was write a national anthem for the proud nation of Bugtopia. And because it is the 21st century and things have to change, you got to have a little baked-in TikTok dance in there to give the people something to TikTok about.
That's very funny. So I'm going to say I succeeded in your challenges for sure. Whether or not you like it is another thing, but I have met the criteria. So I am sending this over to you with the lyrics. I would recommend listening without reading along. Yeah, I think you'll have a better time. So sending that over to you now. The song I'm just called the song "Pledge Allegiance." I don't know if that's a good title for it, but that's what I have titled it.
I'm covering up the lyrics, and I'm gonna hit play.
Give me a little 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1, go.
Would everyone please stay seated and place your beanies over your heart? Please join us in singing our national anthem before we begin this board game match. They're playing a board game here. If you don't want to sing this song, don't feel compelled just to belong. Obligatory public vows should not make anybody proud. We don't believe in faded ink. No shame updating how we think. Let's circle back. No need to lock our constitution's Google Doc. Don't pledge allegiance to me. I've got no reason to be right. I'm not your king. I've not returned. I've got a million things to learn. We're like a trilogy, unwatched, 2/3 abandoned, and simply dropped. We'll never know the end. I'll bring the paper and the pen and try again and again. We're okay living in the wings. Don't need attention or what it brings. We're all content just to let the kings fight back and forth over petty things. We'll plant our flag and hope it grows. If the cameras come, we can strike a pose. If this life's an anthem of perfect prose, we are the second verse that nobody knows. Don't pledge allegiance to me. I've got no reason to be right. I'm not your king. I've not returned. We've got a million things to learn. We're like a trilogy, unwatched, 2/3 abandoned, and simply dropped. We'll never know the end. I'll bring the paper and the pen and try again and again. And then we'll shimmy to the left, shimmy, shimmy to the left. Everybody shimmy, shimmy on over to the left. And then we'll shimmy to the left, please shimmy to the left. It'd be super duper helpful if you'd shimmy to the left. It'd be great if you'd shimmy to the left, please, thank you. Don't pledge allegiance to me. I've got no reason to be right. I'm not your king, I've not returned. I've got a million things to learn. We're like a trilogy, unwatched, 2/3 abandoned, and simply dropped. We'll never know the end. I'll bring the paper and the pen and try again. Thank you, everybody, and please make sure to pick up your free puppy after the match has concluded. Thank you.
You know, that dance joke is so funny.
Yeah.
And it was so obvious where you were going by the second time you did it, and I was like, it's still every time you said it. It just got funnier and funnier.
I thought of all people, you would appreciate that joke. That was the first thing I thought of when we hung up our call. That was like the very first lyric written down on my sheet, and then I wrote the rest of the song around that.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah, no, that was really, really solid. I obviously, like, I loved the dance joke. I loved the Tannoy announcements were really, really good. Let me just have a look at these lyrics properly. Hey, wait a second. You know, I didn't even pick up on that.
Yeah, I was looking at your face. I was like, Matt doesn't realize what I've done here.
Yeah, no, I did not pick up on that that trilogy abandoned joke. We're like a trilogy unwatched, 2/3 abandoned, simply drop. We'll never know the end. I'll bring the paper and the pen and try again. Yeah.
So my thought here, my idea was, I kind of comes from how I feel about national anthems and pledges of allegiance anyway, which, if you have to peer pressure everybody into saying these things, yeah, it's just pretty dumb. It's pretty stupid. I'm all for a sense of community, but I think I say it in the very first thing. Obligatory public vows should not make anybody proud. And just kind of my thoughts on, hey, if I were to run Bugtopia, we would probably keep our constitution in a Google Doc rather than just written down and can't change, no changes. Let's let everybody edit it. Come on.
It's funny how accidentally, we've sort of tapped into very different takes on the same idea. Somehow, I don't know how.
In your song that you wrote today,
yeah,
interesting.
But yeah, I like that. It's just like, you don't need. Who needs a national anthem? Don't take pride in it. But also, isn't it nice to sing a song?
Yeah,
do a little dance.
Yeah, it is. You don't have to sing. You don't have to. It's fine. Like, I want people to know up front. No one's going to judge you if you just want to sit and watch the board game match. My other favorite line in this that I'm happy with, if I have a takeaway, is in the second verse, because what I did to start the song was I looked up the chords to the American national anthem, and I was like, I'm just going to use these chords, and that's where I kind of got some of the D7 and the G7 kind of thing, and so I just used. It's not the chords for the national anthem; it is using the chords that are in the national anthem. So like this, it doesn't match up, right? I just took what the chords they had, a lot of seventh chords and things like that. The stuff I don't normally use in my music, so I'm like, all right, well, I will use these weird seventh chords. Who's heard of these before?
Songwriting challenges.
Yes, it was. And so I wanted to kind of give it a feel of an anthem.
It definitely had a sort of like like those seventh. Anyway, yeah, that's not a thing you use an awful lot. And it's really pleasing to hear you go somewhere with your songwriting that you would not normally go.
Yeah, it's been. I know that Sweet Nothing has a seventh chord in it, and that might have been the last time I used it. 4 albums ago, but as I was looking it up, I found the lyrics to the national anthem as well, and that song just kept going and going. I was like, we normally stop this one right after the first stanza there, and so kind of leaning into this, we're cool to kind of just be we're over here, we're fine, leave us alone kind of vibe. In the second verse,
tournament.
If this life's an anthem of perfect prose, we are the second verse that nobody knows. I was happy with that line. I felt like that was a clever little second verse ender that got me back into the chorus. I don't feel like this song really has an end, like a thematically pleasing end. I thought about just stopping after the bridge and having 2/3 of the song be done to kind of make a meta joke about not finishing a trilogy, but I figured that was a little too obscure to do, so I ended up just doing one more chorus and then just ending the song. All right, you're up.
Okay, so you've got mine in...
Yes.
You've got mine in chat. I will send the lyrics as well.
4 minutes. Did you do some Did you do some monologuing in this one?
How dare you? How dare you?
All right, I'm going to start the song in 3, 2, 1.
I was walking to work today. Crossing the street, you gotta look both ways, I know. But today I just stepped out with my eyes closed. 3 narrow misses and a screaming driver. I made it safely to the other side, and I opened my notebook and I write experiment 9 success and underline it. Yeah, I think I'm immortal. The signs are becoming unignorable. It all started a week ago. I woke up with a weird feeling, and so I did what any reasonable person ought to do. Jumped out the window, barely caught a sprain. Walked on the tracks and tried to stop a train. Yeah, I think I'm immortal. The signs are becoming unignorable. How else would you explain it? I'm God, I think I always knew. I'm God, you're not, that sucks for you. I thought that I was special, and I guess I was. Now all you motherfuckers better pray, because I'm God. I'm God. My first commandment is all love songs are now about me. My second commandment is thou shalt not order in food without leaving some aside for me, you know, like as an offering. My third commandment is the workday now starts at 4 p.m. and finishes at 4:45 p.m. 2 days a week. My fourth commandment is the summer will never rise above a pleasant temperature, and I'm Scottish, so prepare for some cold weather over there. My fifth commandment is fucking commands are hard to come up with. Now I'm gonna take a break. Whee! My sixth commandment is free health care for all. Sorry, I really should have thought of that sooner. My seventh commandment is vampires are real and they're sexy. My eighth commandment is we should probably actually defang the vampires, but I acknowledge that a lot of their sex appeal comes from how dangerous they are, so I don't know, leave that with me. My ninth commandment is no war, no famine, no poverty, no blood sports, no long layovers, no disappointing endings to novels, no greenhouse gases, no mandatory mailing list signups, no hidden fees, no gods, no masters, no actually scrap. You didn't write that down, did you? You don't write that bit down. Okay. My 10th commandment is the vampires leave you alone unless you consent to be bitten. I think that solves that problem. I'm God, I think I always knew. I'm God, you're not, that sucks for you. I thought that I was special, and I guess I was. Now all you motherfuckers better pray, because I'm God. I'm God. I'm the fuck. Oh, you wrote it down, didn't you?
Like a truck hitting me, I'm coming to the realization that you're a bit better at this than I am.
No, this one was really, like, I panicked for like the first hour because I was like, the thing about these challenges is just like, okay, I don't have time to change my mind. Like, I'm committed to the first idea I have.
You have to promise me. You have to promise me to yourself, God, that you didn't already have this written, and just luckily I gave you a prompt that was close enough.
No, I fully didn't. Like, I think it starts off super weak. Like, I think that the drop of I'm God drop is funny.
It's so good, and I didn't even see it coming. Like, I knew what you were doing, but then I didn't know I didn't know where you were going. I knew, like, I got it, the whole immortal thing. I was there. I was like, this is great. This is a great idea. And then you dialed it up even past how good I thought it already was. I will express it in what I know your love language is, which is anger. I hate you for writing this song. I thought I did a very good job on mine. And you were right. We did approach the same. We did approach this somehow. With the prompts that we were given, it's wild how opposite we went with our songs. People are going to think that we coordinated that.
Yeah, it is weird that we ended up, like very, very different. Yeah. Very, very different execution and very, very different, because my take is like, don't give me any sort of power. Yeah. Because I will demand so much allegiance. So funny. But let me ask, does that joke of the getting carried away and then being like, no gods, no masters, don't write that down, and then the joke is at the end, it's like, oh, they wrote it down, and I'm not God anymore.
Matt, there's nothing wrong with this song. There's nothing, like, you got it all. We're supposed to be making demos, Matt.
Hey, I had to cut out the electric guitars.
Yeah, you could pretty much release this. I'm angry. No more episodes of this podcast.
No, I'm really, like, I'm pleased, but also, like, where the hell do you put a song like that? Like, I think that song is really fun, but also, like, could you put that song on This Is How We Get Better? Could you put it on him?
No, but I mean, this goes with My Ass Is a Dump Truck. You've laid the groundwork for this song. You've earned it. Yeah, you've earned it for sure. If you need to clean it up. But yeah, I feel like you got a song here. I feel like mine is I did a good job with your prompt, but it has a long way to go before it's anywhere close to as ready as this one. You had a lot of great jokes, good structure. Your bridge was great. No, it was very good. Good job, Matt.
Thank you. I feel pretty good about that. I'm glad that I actually finished a song as opposed to last week where I was just like, here's a reasonably well sketched out first half of the song.
I am going to take credit and say you're welcome to everybody who wanted another great Narcissist Cookbook song. I gave the prompt for this. So you're welcome, world. You're welcome for inspiring this song. That's what I will take credit for from this episode.
I mean, what I will say is, like, you gave me so open-ended an idea, like a very, very open-ended, like, accident. There's a little prod in, like, a specific direction there, but
I knew you would hit that, though. I tailored that one to you because I didn't, if I sat long enough, I could think of a song that came from accident, but I thought of it a couple days ago and I was like, I feel like Matt will wreck that prompt in a good way, obviously. And you did. I think you went in a direction with it that was just so perfectly, like, it's what this podcast is supposed to be. You sprungboard off of my thing and just created a world. And good job. Very good job.
So this has been Jam Mechanics. Episode probably 2.
Probably
but you know
2.
What, if it's not 2? Yeah, probably 2.
Maybe it's 1. We don't know yet. We're going to record a couple of these before we release them. So maybe this is 2. Chronologically, this was the second one, just for history's sake. But whatever order you're listening to these in, we're 2 down, at least on our end. And so far, loving this. Loving it. It's great. Coming up with forcing me to use 7th chords and make a TikTok dance. Not what I expected today, but I've been excited.
The other great thing about that TikTok dance is, like, if someone, that's like vertical video. Mm-hmm. Someone can shimmy to the left once, and then they're just gone.
It's I think it's just perfect for kind of the vibe I was putting out of just like, do it if you want, do it if you don't. If you want to do the TikTok dance, just get out of frame and you're done. It's easy. It's simple. I felt like that all kind of gelled very well together. So
join us next time. Whether it's we haven't decided on the release schedule, whether it's next week, whether it's in 2 weeks. Join us next time on Jam Mechanics, when we will be mechanicking more jams.
Outro music.
Oh yeah.
What? Fuck yeah! Jamming mechanics.
I sit by the phone, but I haven't heard.
Both sides, stomach size, and diameter.
And you know that money's for managers.
I know money's for managers.
I sit by the phone, but I haven't heard. 2 spots and 10,000 challengers. I know the money's for managers, but goddammit, art is for amateurs.
Hello again. This is Matt. I'm from the Narcissist Cookbook, just dropping in here several weeks after we recorded this episode, because at the time of recording, we had not set up our Bandcamp. If you want to get a copy of these songs for free or for pay whatever you want, you can get them at jammechanics.bandcamp.com, or just search for Jam Mechanics Bandcamp. You will find it. The link will also be in the show links, whatever. I really hope you're enjoying the show. And it's 4:15 on a Sunday. I should have been in bed an hour ago, but I stayed up real late to read a book by Grady Hendrix. It was okay. It was better than okay. It was great until the last couple of chapters.